So going back about 3 months or so, my girlfriend and I were sat on the sofa one evening, and somehow the conversation got onto the topic of who had the best Pokemon card collection growing up. So I quickly ran upstairs, dug out my Pokemon collection, brought it back downstairs, and we sat there going through all of my top cards. Just been up into the attic, I'm going through my Pokemon card collection. I have got some savages. Zoe's got her cards out.
I promise you. Everything.
You've got Ditto. Your boy, Scyther, Shiny Blastoise, Lapras, Nidoking, Venusaur, Machamp, Ninetales. Pokemon saw them, dropped me an email, another email, back and forth, a couple of phone calls later, and we're working on this video together. Literally from me showing my Pokemon collection on Instagram, I'm now working with Pokemon on this very video. Pokemon is still incredibly popular, and you don't need to know the rules of the game to enjoy collecting and playing. Compared to my collection, there are a ton of new cards available, including the all-new Unified Minds, which has tag team cards with 2 Pokemon on 1 card. With Pokemon being such a big part of my childhood and such a big part of growing up, and the only reason I'm actually even getting to work with Pokemon on this very video is because of my collection. Coming up with a concept and a video idea was super easy. I want to give back to my parents, and I want to thank them for the countless times that I would beg them to do random chores around the house that probably didn't even need to be being done to try and build up some extra pocket money to be able to afford new Pokemon cards. Or the amount of times I'd make my dad or my mum get up super early on a Saturday and walk down to the local shop to be able to buy more Pokemon cards. Or buying specific cakes for my birthday parties that were Pokemon themed, or Pokemon skateboards, or Pokemon clothing. So I want to ask my mum and my dad, what is something on their bucket list, something in life that they've wanted to do, to achieve, to tick off, that they haven't yet managed to be able to do, and I want to try and make that thing happen. Now, I have no idea, and I honestly mean no idea, as to what this could possibly be. My mum learning to sing. This could be my dad going to some kind of historic war museum. I don't think it's going to involve a lot of traveling, because I feel like my parents, if there was some particular place that they wanted to visit or go to, I feel like they probably would have already done it. So I'm genuinely being honest, I actually have no idea what it is that they're gonna say. Okay, so a bit of an interesting one. As you saw, I dropped mum and dad a text last night, and I had no idea what they were gonna say. We've been texting back and forth a little bit. Turns out that they both have separate things that they would love to do on their bucket list. But they also sent me a joint one, a joint thing. I didn't even think of this at the time. So that feels the most fitting, that surely it'd be best, instead of doing 2 different bucket list things in one video, to be able to achieve and tick off one joint thing. The joint thing turns out to be working with animals for the day. And at first I sat there and I'm like, on my phone last night, I have no idea why. Like, they've got a dog. Growing up, I've had pet snakes, I've had fire-bellied toads, I've had so many, I don't know why. And then it hit me that my dad went to Oxford University a year early, at the age of 17. He went to Oxford and studied zoology. But since then has never ever used his degree. He went to university again afterwards and did IT, and that's what he did for his job. But he's never ever actually used his degree. So I'm guessing it must be something off the back of wanting to experience what it would be like to use his degree for the day. So I've been looking into places where I could potentially be with them for the day and work in an environment with animals for the day that is treating the animals nicely, looks after them well, and is not a zoo but a reserve. And I found a place I've never been before. It's an hour and 45, 2 hours kind of thing away, which isn't too bad. It's called Port Lynn. As I said, it's not a zoo. Port Lynn Reserve is a breeding sanctuary for rare and endangered animals, and whenever possible, we aim to send animals born here to protected areas of their natural habitat where they can live free, just as they should be. We always make sure that the animals come first, from enclosure design to diet, no expense is spared. We grow our own herbs and vegetables and source our meat from trustworthy suppliers. We design our enclosures with the animals in mind, so there's lots of natural foliage.
Foliage.
Foliage? Foliage? Foliage. Did I say that weirdly? And furniture to provide shelter and... Did you just snort? I don't think they're pigs. And shelter and camouflage. We never lock our animals into viewing areas, so just like the wild, it may take some time to spot certain animals. We do our best to provide a fantastic visitor experience whilst not forgetting the primary reason we're here, to ensure the survival of endangered animals. I mean, this would be the ideal. If I could work something out with these guys, I've like looked at all the videos and everything, I've dropped them an email as I said. I would love to make this place work. I did not think when planning this video that I'd be looking to work at a nature and animal reserve for the day with my parents. I didn't know what I thought, but definitely wasn't this. Alright, let's do this.
Hello.
You can turn the camera sideways. There we go, now I can see you both.
You've kept us in suspense and now we're thinking, what is this? We thought we were just doing like a little film with you.
You are?
Yeah, but what is it?
So, tomorrow...
Where is our bucket list thing that you keep asking?
Tomorrow you're both going back to work. For one day, fully working as a member of the team. We're having to leave super early.
Like, how early?
I'm going to pick you guys up tomorrow morning at 7 AM.
7?
7. And you're working a full day tomorrow at an animal park.
Excellent. You know what? You've missed the trick here. You should have filmed telling us.
Maybe yes.
No!
This is a proper animal park. I'm talking gorillas, I'm talking rhinos, I'm talking everything.
Oh, wow. God, there's me. I bought a new top yesterday.
What, for filming? This is going to be the first time you've ever used your degree, Dad. 7 o'clock.
I'm saying thank you now. I might not be saying thank you tomorrow.
I wouldn't say thank you just yet.
Bye.
Bye. It smells like a nature reserve, that's all I'm going to say.
We haven't a clue what we're doing. We've just been told to bring boots.
Come on with me.
Thank you.
So Alfie said it's a spa day in the hotel, is that right?
Something like that.
My tummy's going a bit jittery now. Yeah. Yeah. It's not very often at our age that you don't know what you're doing.
No.
One thing that I've realised that I did not know going into this is that it's actually more mum's bucket list than it is dad's. You can just tell. Mum's like, I've never seen her so excited for something. Dad's literally bought like spare clothes. She thinks she's literally going away for the night. Oh, you got those ones all up?
Yeah. Still don't quite know what we're doing, but there you go.
Okay. Thank you. No, we don't know any less, yeah.
Yes. It's still from the other side.
Yeah, this is sick.
We could spread it out as much.
Or you can spread it on the floor anywhere.
Yeah, just sort of.
Yeah, you could throw it on things. Yeah, make them play differently.
Every time I've ever come into a nature reserve and I've seen the monkeys, I've always been like, I wish I could go in there and play myself. And now I'm inside.
You can, do you want to swim?
Oh, this is healthier than my breakfast.
Hide it, Nikki. That's boring.
Mum thinks they're playing bloody hide and seek. Well, next time I cook you breakfast, I'm going to literally hide it around the house.
Usually we put it onto the roof of their enclosure there, so it encourages climbing. And it works the upper body muscles. And then on some days we'll put it out here instead, so it encourages their natural foraging. More sort of what they'd be doing in the wild is just going through all easy stuff to get hold of, basically on forest level and things like that. It's nice putting out here as well because the whole group will come outside and they spread right out across the whole enclosure, so it's really nice to get to see them.
And there's 13 of them as well.
Yeah, 13 in this group. And they get a specifically tailored bucket for each one.
Don't you worry.
So just one male then? That's
yes, yeah, that's how you find family groups of gorillas in the
Really?
wild.
Only one male?
Only have
And
one.
then just before sons will start puberty, he'll part ways with them, or sort of kick them out the group, and they'll go off and mature together or on their own. Good thing you bought your wellies.
I like a bit of cleaning.
you do actually.
I do.
In there yet?
No, what are we cleaning?
Gorilla poo.
Yep. Seriously.
So unfortunately you've got our biggest building as well. So there'll be the most amount of poo and straw and cheating cleaning out 5 gorillas and 13, but
So this is the reality of working at an animal reserve.
basically. So when we clean out in here, we do each individual shut off, the whole landing and all the hammocks, and then we do the main bit. And we get all the straw out, sweep everything, hose it all down, scrub it all, hose it all out, and then the new straw can go in. The idea is to step inside, and we clean off these shelf platforms along here. And this is this main shelf. No, you just do it with big brooms, okay?
Nick, we won't have to go to the gym tomorrow.
Mum and Dad's bucket list. Got to do it. God, there's some proper big poos in here. Mum, I don't think we can ever complain about picking up Nala or Buzz's poos ever again.
Oh my god, look at this one, it's full up.
How are we doing? Do we need the shovel?
This one.
Yeah, we do.
Did you shovel mine?
I did. I was always shoveling it
There's
tonight.
so much poo in this one.
Why are you shoveling wherever you go?
Nick,
Mum, I'm just going to throw this out there. How is this, out of anything I text you, this is your bucket list?
I meant feet.
Out of anything?
No, I meant just like...
You just said working though.
Yeah, but
this is the reality.
No, I swear I
This
didn't.
is the reality.
I absolutely did not believe for 1 minute. You know, we could have had an overnight sleeper train to Scotland. Why did you say...
I legit thought you could have texted me like, always wanted to go to Australia.
No, because we didn't want you to think that we were just out for a trip. It's not dirty though.
You having fun?
Yes.
Is it still on your bucket list?
It's great.
See you later. Leaving my mum and dad to do the rest of the cleaning, I grabbed my bag and jumped in the back of a big old safari jeep to learn more about all the conservation work that they do.
We have 1 million acres in Gabon and Congo for our gorillas, and we only hire Gabonese and Congolese people. One of our workers who used to be, he's a 4th generation poacher, and now he works for us, and he saves them and he rescues them and he loves them, and he's gone, right, now my children are going to be saving them for the rest of their lives rather than training them to poach, which is really good. That's what we need to do. So these horses are one of the only horses that are truly wild, which is why they look a bit like a zebra. You know, there's only about 14 left in the whole world. And they were all in zoos and reserves, and since then we've been breeding them and we've been releasing them, and now there's a couple of hundred out in Mongolia. So truly amazing work that we can recover an animal from that small number.
My worker takes finding little questions to ask. And he can't multitask, as you can see. Is there a technique? I wonder if there's a technique.
Get as much as possible. Would have been pets or whatever back to sort of like 60s or whatever, you know, 70s. Population basically as well as the individual, so it's never just off. But you're going to end up interbreeding somewhere, you know, you have a population. Too much chatting, not enough chatting.
I've loaded this. He's asking you questions on purpose.
Still on the list, yeah?
Still on the list. I wonder what Alfie's doing.
Sitting in a jeep somewhere, having a sandwich and a
Giraffes
coffee.
and rhinoceroses.
Mongolian horses and European bison are two animals that have really recovered from the brink of extinction, and they were extinct in the wild and they've kind of come back. Plus it's a good example of why reserves and to be fair zoos as well are really useful for saving animals. You know, this shows that actually we can do good conservation work and we can recover species.
Thank you so much.
Very, very welcome.
Learned a lot.
Pleasure.
Usually we try to rake it all into one pile and then we'll bag it all up at the end. Would you like this one?
I'd love to, thank you so much.
No problem at all.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you
okay.
so
That was
much.
lovely to meet you
Thank you.
both.
Thank you.
Enjoy your afternoon.
I will. I hope so.
Thanks, Daisy.
Thanks, Daisy. That was just so sweet. Did you see us up on the roof?
Yeah.
So this is mother and daughter rhino.
Yeah.
About to do a rhino feed. Literally just calling a rhino.
So cute.
Considering they're rhinos and they're about to get fed, they're pretty chill.
I thought they'd be running like the gorillas would be sprinting here. That's her only card.
That's her only one so far. Here we go. She's so soft. She's lovely. She keep the carrots, but just with your teeth. Just love the crunch. They're very affectionate. Love them all. Give her a kiss on the nose. She's a real gentle girl. They're all very different. Some of the mums and babies you wouldn't be able to get anywhere near, but she's I think probably because we had so much handling with her when she was a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, she's off. She might come back in a minute.
That's your job today. But imagine this being like that woman's seen every single day of that rhino's life.
Yeah.
She's grown up, worked here
17 years.
whilst the rhino was born, and like crazy.
Well, I said it's funny, like one of the gorillas is leaving soon. She's 8, Bola.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, are you all sad when she leaves? And Daisy said, no, not really, because she's ready to go. She's telling us, I don't want to be in here anymore, and I don't want him keep bullying me, my dad telling me off. And so it's a natural...
She's ready to move on.
Yeah.
It's like when you were 20, it's time to go.
Time to leave to London.
Yes, yeah, that's
I think I sweat more than I do at the gym. cleaning the gorillas. Look, I got a little blister.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a badge of honour, that is.
I've got a little blister from the big broom. I honestly didn't think we were going to have to clean out. I thought, and
No,
then
but
if
what I
I'm
wanted
honest,
was the reality. When I spoke to people, I said I want the full picture, a realistic day of working
and they do that. I
at
mean,
your reserve, whether that's feeding, cleaning, playing, logistics, organisation, whatever it is, talking to the animals.
Yeah.
And that's what you've had.
All of it. I'm exhausted.
It was lovely, it was fantastic.
And no,
Getting that
but
close to
when
the gorilla.
When we
And
went
gorilla
into
poo.
the little gibbons cage and the
We didn't.
what were they called?
Capuchin monkey.
That's it, capuchin monkeys, and they were just taking like the little nuts and bread out of our hands, and like, they were just above our heads.
After we'd
Just-
swept up their poo and wee.
Yeah, we had to sweep everything. Oh, it was just so special.
There's a tendency to think though that they're all kind of cute little animals, but they're not, they're wild animals.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Oh, lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
So lovely to meet
Thank you. Honestly, thank you so much.
And I'm so
best
glad you
day.
enjoyed it.
Absolute
Thank you.
best day.
So glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I've been editing this video for the last 2 days, and I'm finally finished with it, and I'm up to the point where you are watching, but I feel like there's a little something missing. So I just want to finish off and say 2 things. Number 1, thank you so much to Pokemon. Thank you for not only giving me so much fun growing up, collecting your cards and doing everything, but also working with me on this video, making this video possible. If you haven't already, go check out Unified Minds. There is nothing, there is no feeling quite like opening a pack of Pokemon cards. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And secondly, I just want to say, please, 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 for yourself, not for anybody else, write down physically with pen and paper your goals, your ambitions, your bucket list things that you'd love to achieve in your lifetime. Because it is so easy for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years to just pass by, and for you not to think about these things and work on making them actually happen. Don't let that happen to you. Go and achieve them.